G'day everybody, and welcome back to Vulcan, where I've got my 4 traders down here. I've sold some of the ores and things that they've asked me for. I've got quite a bit of money now, but I think I can make even more. I've got 5,424 euro dollary dues. I was thinking today there are sort of 2 areas of the base I'd like to work on. One is building a runway to possibly get bigger traders, and the other is working in this tower to build my little habitation space on the levels below, which may require me rebuilding this lift so that I can go to more than one floor, but we'll see if I can manage to make the habitation space in here not require the lift. Because I like that it's a single button press and it takes me all the way to the top. I don't want to have to press it multiple times. So yeah. That's where I was thinking of going. I can't really remember whether I had other plans last week. At the end of last week. I don't think I did have plans that were different than this. I don't think I did. But yeah. We'll see. Let's go get these traders sorted out. Just check if I've actually put the right amount of stuff in to make all my money.
Oxygen critical.
I'm glad you've been enjoying Stationeers, Celavalg. It is a very good game. Alright, so I can sell some more copper. Sell some more coal. Can sell some nickel. Need to put some more in. Nickel and silver. Oh, and cobalt too. Okay. Nickel, silver, and cobalt for that guy. And what are you? You I've already sold all that I want to. Because I actually still... I don't have a huge amount of silicon or gold, so I'm not going to sell those. I'm not going to buy any of these things either, so you can leave. Goodbye. What have you got? So I think I was just grabbing any old trader. Oh, okay, so we can buy some water. That's probably not a bad plan. I don't think I'm going to buy any liquid oxygen or nitrogen. I don't really need them. And I'm not going to sell anything to you, because you would need, like, stuff that I haven't grown yet. Because I'm still stuck eating terrible food. And you... Huh. You would have been useful before I did my expansions, because I could have... Oh, actually... Maybe I do buy some... Good morning, Charlie. Maybe I do buy some oxide. Maybe. Liquid nitrogen being good for cooling. Well, if you're working with super cool temperatures, yes. If you are not so much. Nitrogen is just inert for the most part, so that's why it's used. And if you don't want phase changes happening, then nitrogen is useful because you have to get super cold before you do it. Otherwise, it's not actually useful for cooling. Like, at the temperatures that I'm operating at, pollutant is the best coolant. And that's the cool thing about the phase change stuff, is that it doesn't make one coolant the best coolant. It means that there is an optimal coolant for each temperature range that you're working at. And thank you, Horman in Space. Thank you for the 32 months. And thank you, Fox in the Valley, for the Prime sub. And Tommaso, thank you for the 44 months. And thank you for the birthday wishes, Elsie, and I think there were a few others. I missed them. I got myself a birthday present, which is that yesterday I got fiber. I have faster internet now. Woo! I mean, it's still Australian internet, so it's, you know, it is what it is. I need lead, nickel, and silver. Lead, nickel, silver, cobalt. Lead, nickel, silver, cobalt. So yeah, I now have, instead of 100, well, instead of what was realistically 9033 as my download and upload, I've now got 270 and 90. Which I'm pretty happy about. Shoots and scores! Ow! So, that's pretty good. Ping won't change, because my connection to the parts of the world that I could connect to is entirely dependent on distance. I could have gone for faster, but that would have cost a lot more money, so I didn't. I went with 250, well, what I pay for is 250, 100, what I get is what I get. But having almost triple the upload speed might allow me to do some different things in the coming weeks. I may attempt, and I didn't want to do it today, but I may attempt some simulcast stream to YouTube and Twitch, because I should have the upload bandwidth to enable that. So you've gone from cat back on a treadmill speed to Shaq on 10 cups of coffee speed. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I don't want to sell more cobalt than this. I don't have much left. Ew! I'm not using Starlink. Not if I can help it. Starlink has terrible upload. I would not want to use Starlink for content creation. Like, I upload probably more than I download. At least it's very close in numbers. I'm just trying to remember what the other... Nickel, lead, cobalt, and silver. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. But yeah, the upgrade is very nice. We will see whether it allows me to do some things. One of the things I'm most happy about it, though, is that it should enable me to fix things up more easily when I screw up an upload to YouTube. I had a problem a couple of times in the last year where I'd uploaded a video, saw that I did something wrong in the edit, had to take the video, had to delete the video from YouTube, re-render it, re-upload it, and when the upload time for like a 50-minute video is, you know, half an hour, it means that you can't fix those things quickly. But now that that should be 10 minutes, it means I can be like, yeah, alright, the video was half an hour late, but that's not too bad. So, that's the kind of situation where I think it's going to be most useful to me. Alright, I think I have enough money for a while. You... I'm done with. Bye. Bye. Perseus, weirdly, the video lengths that I pick are dictated by the content, not by any particular YouTube algorithm or any other nonsense like that. It's literally, the videos in Space Engineers tend to be long because Space Engineers needs long videos for you to actually get anything done. That's just what it is. Space Engineers is just a game that it takes a long time to get stuff done. So if I made the videos shorter... Wait, where'd that go? Oh, it's in my vending machine. Ha! Okay. Forgot about that. It's like, where's that ice gone? Whoops. That's going to make it trickier to get out without melting, but it'll also be in a safe place for it to sublimate. So that is fine. Alright, you can go as well. Let's turn on the liquid pump. Buy this guy's water. Huh. Yeah, might as well buy it all. Oh wait, I've got tanks on these, don't I? Forgot I bought that. I forgot I put tanks on. I don't need to rush. I don't need to do like little batches. Yay. Also, my voice is a bit better than it was during the jump ship live stream. I'm hoping it survives. It stays that way. 590 liters. Sweet. Goodbye. Alright, let's go see if there are any other traders I want to bring down. But I would like to, actually, let's start printing off some runway segments, because I'm going to need a lot of them. Because I want to make my runway properly this time, not just do the thing that I did last on the Venus run, where I had like a single line of blocks. I want to actually build the runway so it looks right. Which was runway. So we're going to need a whole lot more steel. Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing the same thing on YouTube with it. Recommending videos with partial watch times that I have actually finished. Grab a little more coal because I did 4. Man, it is so nice having the deep miners. I'm so looking forward to the terrain update. Oh, actually, that reminds me. There was something posted in the beta updates thing on the Stationeers Discord that made me think they might be closer than I had anticipated before. Where is it? Yeah. It was something about Europa. I can't remember exactly where it was in their update thing. But it basically said, added the ability to create, this is my paraphrasing of it anyway, added the ability to create Europa style world for the world creator to work on. And I think in this context, I'm not sure whether the way it was phrased made me think world creator is a person, not world creator is a piece of software. Which means the artist who is creating the worlds we're going to play. So that's hopefully means it's closer to us having an update than I'd expected. No, the worlds aren't user created. They're actually getting an artist to make their worlds. Ah, thanks, Max. Yeah, added Europa template world setting for world creator to test with. Oh, maybe that is an artist. Maybe I was just getting hopeful. But yeah, anyway, the more we see world creator stuff, I think the more likely it is I've done numbers wrong. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Rocketworks themselves about how soon. Has the base cooling stalled? Ooh. That is a concern. You might be right. That's not good. That's not good. No, where I was is not that far from one of the vents. Alright. So we might have to pick a couple of spots. So here in the greenhouse, we have 42.9. Yeah, I think, oh, I wanted to work on the runway. I've got to do more cooling. Okay. Fine. Fine. Why is it always cooling? Tell you what. There's a part of me that is very much looking forward to this terrain update, just so I can go back to playing on Mars. where cooling isn't everything. Oh, man. Alright. So... this way. I think, realistically, to improve this cooling setup, I kind of need to rebuild it. I mean, at least it's got... Yeah. Actually... Do I need to rebuild it, or do I just need to... I think I just need to boost this side of things. And switch it over to run the same way as my other one does, where it goes... Vents suck in, smashes in a whole bunch of gas, then passive vent to just let it go. Vent smash in, rather than this trickle system I've got with the back pressure regulator. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, and I'll get rid of the tank as well. Because the tank doesn't help. Yep. Alright. So what I need is... a bunch of inline tanks. And to go outside and expand this room so I've got space to play around with, and to put some vents in the ceiling, and I need to run a mains cable so that I can tap off and put down, I don't know, 10 vents? That should be enough, right? I don't think I need 10 vents. I think, given that I've survived this long on 1, I think 3 will be adequate, especially if the system is better, is more efficient anyway. Shouldn't have to say this, but will anyway. Please make sure the tank is empty before you dismantle it. You know what, Daz? You did need to say that? Because I'm not firing on all cylinders right now. So I would probably make that mistake today. Alright, over here. Insulated inline utility. Ah, more steel. Okay. That probably would have been death. If I'd let that go inside my base would have been gone. That would have been game over, man. And that's the challenge I think you guys face when you're watching is, yeah, you want things to go wrong, but you don't want them to go so wrong that it ends everything. And so it's like, well, I need to tell him about this bit, but I need to not tell him about this bit. I don't know how to do that. Charlie, stop thinking that. You're making it so much worse. Good girl. Don't stand in the vent build box again. Yes. Yes, the splitsy extinction dilemma. I think the door I've got to that room is actually not a proper door. It's an interior door. So it's not airtight. Okay. Make another kilogram of steel. That should hopefully last me for the pipes. Now that I've been reminded to not just dismantle the tank, I will pump everything out. I will probably even turn off the cooling temporarily to refit after dumping out all of the gases from that network. So I think that's probably the smartest way to go. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. It'll be ready shortly. Do I have enough, like, temperature headroom to get away with turning off the cooling for a moment? I don't think I do, so I'm going to do this. And try and buy myself a little bit. I suspect these won't do much, given the scale of the base, but I've got access to them, so I was like, well, I may as well. Oh. Do. I think that's all of them. I think so. What's happening for me to dump the ice on the floor? I'm vending it out of the machine. I bought the ice just before. But I'm going to have to turn off my cooling, which means if I can drop the temperature by even a degree, it gives me a little more headroom while I'm rebuilding the cooling system before it's desperately needed to not have all my plants die. That steel should be ready. Oh, I should see if I can get another gas trader, because then I can buy more ice. So that'd be useful. Yeah, the liquid N2 might have been useful, now that because I could have just let it go inside my base. In fact, if I get another gas trader, what I might do is just buy some of those little 12-litre bottles and open a couple of them up. So that'd work, right? It's not like I'm hard on for money. It's like, I've got plenty of cash. What? Even after buying all that water and stuff, I've still got 4,500. Right, let's start printing those, because I'm going to need a bunch. And let's go have a look at what traders are available. I love that view! Oh, I love it so much! I so wish that the backplate of the lift block was not solid. Because I would absolutely have a... Like, I wish that it was on the side. Or there was a variant that it was on the side. So that you could have an external lift block where you could step in, looking out a window, and go up, turn around, back in, and have that all, like, airtight, and... Ah, be so nice. Interstellar ingots. That seems like a good shot. For some more money, let's land you on pad 4. Frosty barrels. Can I contact you? Maybe. Will it get there in time? Come on. Come on. Come on. 5 seconds remaining. Yeah. Galactic Gush is not an option. Stellar Snacks, don't care. Asteroid Artisans, don't care. Interstellar Excavators. Oh, yeah. Let's get you. Don't think I want Meteor Munchies. Alright, cool. Man, it's nice having all these pads. Thanks, Cosmic Bird. I'm really happy with this tower, and I'm really happy with this view. It is... Oh! The original mini tower that I had was probably the thing that made me like this base the most, and I've somehow managed to not screw it up and expand it and make it actually better. Which makes me really happy. Any plans to make mining rockets for ice? Not in the short term, no.
Oxygen low.
I had been planning on that if I wasn't generating water quickly enough, except I had not understood that the way the water in the real world space works is that liquids in the world space occupy a much larger volume than they do within pipes. So you can get much more... Oh, wrong one. That was close. You can get much more space filled up with the liquids, and so I actually had more than I thought. They'll just go in the vending machine. Yep. Liquid nitrogen, buy. Liquid oxygen, buy. There we go. Oh yeah, I can buy it all. And that's pumping out. Cool. So we'll have even more. And what were you? You were one I could sell to, so I can make some of that money back. So I need to put more copper in. Cool. Don't think I want to do anything more with you. No. I don't think I want to do anything more with you. The ores rolling around on the floor over there were ones that I mined that I just can't be bothered doing anything with. Because it's more work than it's worth. That's what. Alright. No, I don't want to use the water I bought to cool the base. I could, but the ice thing was just a convenient thing. Because I already had them, and I knew I could buy a bit. And then this I'm doing just because I think it'll be funny. Alright, I think that's everything. Thanks, June. Thank you for the 60 months. For 5 years. Thank you very much. And I imagine a lot of people are paying attention to the Dune MMO today. So wasn't that today that it came out? Hang on. Can I make that? No. Alright, let's put this on the table then. Am I looking at the back of that? Yes. Okay. I have no idea how this is going to go.
Hydration.
Let's find out.
Temperature critical.
Okay. That dropped the temperature a bit. We're now down to 35 degrees. Slowly coming back up, but yeah, let's not damage my lungs again.
Temperature critical. Temperature
Oh.
low.
I'm probably gonna have to take a pill after this.
Temperature critical. Temperature low.
Where's it? That one up.
Temperature critical.
Where'd the other ones go? Where did those bottles go? I'll find them at some point, I'm sure. That's definitely given me some headroom. Seed shelf. Oh, I put them on the shelves. Did I? Wow. That's weird of me. Okay, so, now, cooling. We can stop making those. I need powered vent. I'm going to go for 3 powered vents. Which means I need electronic parts. Yeah, honestly, I have more fun with the garbage room than I would with a recycler, so that's why I'm using that. Alright, powered vent, then I need an IC10. I don't think I need pumps, no. No, there's no pump in this system. There is a digital valve I need. I've already got 2 full powered vents over there, so this is the 3rd one. No, the tank is not... Oh, I need a pump to empty the existing. Yes, true. See what you mean. Got pumps somewhere up here. There we go. No, Selivalg, the game does not worry about too many objects. At a certain point, throwing ores into a bucket does cause performance issues, but it takes a lot. You can get away with it for a long, long time. And passive vent. Alright. Let's just quickly check traders. I think it's gonna be sad if I lose that view when I put my living room in there, so I'll see if I can retain it. Asteroid Artisans. What's Asteroid Artisans? Star Smelter. Dish is busy. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I'm doing there. Is my steel still in the furnace? No, I took it out. That's what I'm using to make I used to make my pipes. Oh, maybe Galactic Gush is the better option. Get another 5x5 instead of another 3x3. Man, with some good lighting out there, that'll be even better at night. Ah. Watch the star go down. And... alright. What dismantling can I do inside temporarily? Okay. Just thinking this through. I feel like my best plan is actually to move most of this infrastructure outdoors. And replace it out there. Because otherwise I've got to be doing stuff from outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, and that's a bit annoying. So all I should need to do is turn off the powered vent. And then set this to 0. The back pressure regulator will empty this out. Yeah. Yeah, it's nighttime though, so I'm kind of tempted to leave this for one night. Yeah, true, I could also go outside and reverse the vent to speed things up too. But at least if I start with this dropping down... it should buy me some time. Should start emptying it tonight anyway. Thanks, Solonic. Thank you for 35 months. Is there just a bottleneck somewhere? In this system... So, let's recap what this system does so that everyone who hasn't seen this can understand what the heck I'm doing. What this system does is take outside night air, suck it in with the powered large vent. The powered large vent pushes that gas into this system here, which goes into this tank and into these pipes. When those are above about 5 megapascals and below 150 degrees Celsius, they compress into liquid pollutant. That liquid pollutant is delivered into these pipes, which then goes through this counterflow heat exchanger, which we'll get back to, into these evaporation chambers, cooling the CO2 that is connected to these air conditioners. The evaporated pollutant goes up into this pipe and back through this counterflow heat exchanger. The counterflow heat exchanger basically takes the not so hot gases that come out of the evaporators and exchanges that for the hot liquid coming in. So the hope is that this counterflow heat exchanger means that this gas leaving the system is hotter, and this liquid entering the system is cooler. So the idea there is that I get to evaporate at lower temperatures, which means I can exchange more heat and cool down the CO2 further, making the system hopefully a bit more optimized. The problem I have, and the thing that this system doesn't cope well with, is that this tank sits just barely at the temperature where the pollutant can liquefy, because I don't dump out all of the gas every night. My new system that I built, instead of just trickling in new gas and having a little bit come out via this back pressure regulator, my new system slams as much gas into it as quickly as I can, getting up to about 45 megapascals before just letting it all out using passive vents. And because the passive vents can do it very quickly, they can empty down to a safe pressure again to allow the vents to then smash more in, which increases the liquid output dramatically. And that's what I want to replace, so that I can have more liquid for these evaporation chambers to evaporate, allowing me to cool the base more efficiently. So my plan here is to empty this system out so that this tank can be emptied, and I can remove all of this to run this system above the roof and sort it out outside, where it'll be easier for me to sort it all out. Because the rest of this stuff should work just fine. Now, I might also get rid of this purge valve, because this purge valve is losing me some of my efficiency as well, because I'm not operating at pipe creaking temperature pressures. So I'm losing some with that too. Just 1 second. And yes, Sassink, this is still me being sick. So, is it still nighttime? No. Alright. Let's turn you off. And then I can go outside, turn that vent on, empty this system out, and then start rebuilding it. The purge valve is not really pre-cooling the liquid. The purge valve is allowing hot liquid to evaporate. I think part of the cooling effect goes on the outside, so it's not actually cooling that liquid all that much. It's more, I think it's more efficient to cool it in here, to evaporate it here, than to evaporate it in the pipes. We will see how annoyed I get at the sound. Because I might. So I might change that plan if that becomes annoying. Yes, the input-output on the counterflow is correct. That system has been operating for a very long time. It's only recently been overwhelmed by the size of my base and the amount of windows. I want to get rid of this because I don't want to be carrying it around. No, this. Let's put away some of these walls. Alright. Let's go outside.
Oxygen low.
I mean, yes, you could install blinds to reduce the amount of heat that comes in through the windows, but I don't want to. No, that's still not right, Tinjo. This is Vulcan, not Venus. But I see the joke you were trying to make, and I saw it after I said my comment, so there we go. I feel dumb right now. have we got? Wait, what's that? Why do I have a volume pump running there? Huh? Oh! Oh! I forgot I did that. Huh. Okay, so that pollutant just gets recycled. That's actually okay. Yeah. Alright. Alright. It's not bad. So, what's happening here, which I forgot I did, is that these valves here that, are these purge valves, they are putting their pollutant into the pre-delivery bit, so they're actually getting recycled, so it's not a complete loss. However, with my new system, it will be a significant loss, but hopefully it won't matter. Alright, we are at... empty. Nice. Okay, so that's empty. What I'm going to do for these vents is I'm actually going to build them up against the hill. I'm going to build out a platform here to place the new vents on. So I think that will make things better. In fact, I may only need 2 vents. May not even need as many as I was originally planning. Oh wait, I don't need to put them there. So if we go 1 vent, 1, 2, 1 vent, 1, 2, and another vent. Yeah. Should be able to get 3 spaced out quite nicely. If a trader crashes against your structures instead of the mountain, does it damage them? Oh. I don't know. But I'm pretty confident that this is not a problem. Given that you look at the angle and the stuff that I've got at the back, these things are in a much worse spot. It's nice when things are actually coming together. Alright, so I'll go... yeah, we'll go large vent there. We're gonna rip up these ones. And then... I was thinking of spacing these ones out a bit more to see if it makes any difference in terms of... well, I probably won't appreciate the difference anyway. Oops, wrong bit. So hopefully this will be enough to quite effectively cool my base. I'm trying to think of what else that might be needed here, but I don't think there is anything else. So I was trying to think about also, like before I went live, I was trying to think about what I'd want to do with the runways and things to make them interesting, but also still somewhat practical. I kind of want to have a long runway and then have a taxiway that brings the traders in close to here. And I have no idea how that stuff actually works, so that's going to be fun to figure out. And I realized that the way I just spoke then made it sound like I was being sarcastic, but I'm actually being serious. I think that'll be fun to figure out. Yeah, it is convenient. I can use the same setup I have on my water system, because it will save a fair bit of effort. Let's go inside and dismantle some of the inside stuff, so then I can know where I can dismantle out here. In fact, I can already know I can dismantle this part. Go chuck these down. I don't have CO2 storage. So there's no CO2 storage to cool. I mean, I sort of have a CO2 coolant, but I don't have storage. So it is already being cooled, because it is coolant. Oh, so close. Now this can go. Instead of that, I'm going to want to have a crazy vent somewhere up on the roof. Probably. Might leave that kind of where it was, except this is going to be the silly let's launch people into space vents. And I don't need two, but I'm going to put two because I think it'll look cool. And it might allow it to work a bit quicker. I do not know what would make you say that Australians sound sarcastic all the time. In fact, isn't the thing about Australians that most people think we're asking questions all the time? Because of the upward inflection at the end of a sentence? Okay. Let's go inside. With all the creatures that can kill you, wouldn't you be sarcastic? Not entirely sure how a passive vent can be insulated. Well, I can explain if you like. That passive vent is somewhat visible in here. Or it would be if I didn't finish the roof. The passive vent backplate communicates with thermally with this room. If it's not insulated, it'll bring heat from outside in. Because it's insulated, it won't. So it's relatively easy to explain, thankfully. One digital valve. And the rest of this just becomes... storage for the gas. Really need some lights in that corridor. I may need some more liquid storage. In fact, I should make some more liquid storage. How do I want to tidy this up? Do I want to tidy this up, or do I just want to leave it? Turn those off. Now, I need to connect up the... Yeah, I want the storage outside. I wonder if that upward inflection started because the original English speakers were prisoners and had to ask permission to do anything. Interesting theory. Interesting theory. Yes. The ACs are still running without an external cooling loop. That's fine. Apologies if I mute myself from time to time. I'm trying not to blow my nose into the microphone, because that seems like poor etiquette. Yeah, I'm going to move this so that I can fit the storage in. Alright, so that means, let's just check. Gas, yeah. Not sure how this is going to work, but it'll work, I'm sure. Now we get rid of those. And we turn our little fancy viewer thing on. So I should be able to knock out and move these pipes down to the end. Put all of the liquid extractors on. And like in down here. Then put my liquid storage in here. And then all the gas storage goes outside. Oh, I can't get those ones from inside. That's annoying. Turn that off. I don't need it anymore. Is it possible to set it up so you overcool the base? Not really, no. The reason being is that the air conditioners will only cool it down to 20 degrees. Which is probably too cool anyway. I should probably be at like 25 rather than 20.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. It is pretty difficult to overcool the base. Nope, that is the wrong rotation. That's the one I want. Did I put the one in the floor? No, that is not a good idea. Just want to make sure. This is still empty, right? Yes. Just before I start leaking condensate everywhere. I don't know if I need this many of these, but I had this many before, so I'm kind of inclined to keep them. I think I've also just made it really hard to put those pipes in. They're all open. Alright, so that's already... Oh, no, that's not right. That's right. So the inline tanks for the gas will go outside. I'm going to put them externally. That's why I'm not worried about space for them in here. That's why it seemed like a good idea to move this. Because if I move this stuff down to here, I've got room for the inline liquid tanks inside. Which was seemed more convenient to me at the time. There we go. That's all connected up. Ooh. Let's start at the end. And turn the purge valves back on. Sid is not happy about that. At all. Let's connect these up just so that's not a thing anymore. Mouse hovering over the clip button as I do this, yes. That does seem wise. Alright, that's good. I have probably made way too many inline tanks now. I should probably stop them being made. Should grab some though. At least I won't have to make them again anytime soon. The gnomes in the tanks are singing. The pipes, yes. Oh, what am I doing? That's wrong. Why am I Oh, because that one's that way. That's why. There we go. That's all connected back up. Let's have a look what's actually going on behind this. Yeah, that purge valve. Oh, it might be this gas line that's now unhappy. Nope. Oh no, it's this liquid pipe. Yep. Alright, what the heck? I'll just leave those running because the sounds inside my base are probably not ideal. Because I'll be able to hear that everywhere. And don't think we want to hear that everywhere. And yes, I will deal with the breathing in a second. Because I know that's another sound we don't want to be dealing with either. That sounded like a not good sound. Oh no, it's okay. Oh yeah, the... Oh, dang it, you're right. Didn't do the wall ones. Need more pipes. Let's get some water. Stop the breathing sounds. It's bad enough having my sniffle sounds. We don't need the Stationeers sounds too. Alright. Liquid pipe. Don't see any other insulated pipe on the walls. Yeah, a pipe is creating that sound. I don't know which one. I don't know which one at all. So that's fun. Really fun. I actually don't think I need the script, because I'm just replacing the existing one. Hey, Shiro. Why does the potato look like a bowl of soup while in the microwave? That's one of the eternal questions in Stationeers. It's up there with... I had something and now it's gone. Oh well. It's up there with why am I here? And why are we homunculi? Alright, I think that's enough liquid pipe to get this finished. Now, did I really use up all my regular pipe? Must have. I thought I had a bunch of pipe. I don't know where I used it. Oh. Do 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 do. How much more do I really need? Don't know. Let's not bring all that. Let's put that back. You're here because when you went on a tour of the rocket, you couldn't help yourself. You had to push the big red button. That'll do. I'm sick of waiting. I want to build. I also want to breathe normally. That'd be delightful. I also hope that I can get through this whole stream without talking while muted. We will see how that goes.
Oxygen low.
My lungs are okay. They're not badly enough injured that I need to worry. I've got pills. So it'll be fine. Nothing could... Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not what you want to see when you go around a corner. Don't think closing the doors is going to help. Why is this exploding? I can't see the problem. Oh, I think we're done. I can't... hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's turn that off. Drill. It's my wrench. Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay. Okay, is that enough? Has that fixed it? Oh! What the heck? I don't know whether there's more gas coming in. I have no way to get in there and check. Oh, this is bad. Also, screenshot. I've got to go in. Okay. That was just the existing oxygen cooking off. Alright. Time to rebuild my cooling. And all of the cabling. In here. My IC-10 got cooked. All of this cable got cooked. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Okay. Does anyone even remember what this tank was for? I don't even know what this tank was for. I don't remember what it was there for. Where does that pipe go? Wait, what? What? Why do I... What? Oh, that's my CO2 tank. Or it was. Alright, this whole system has to be torn down and rebuilt, doesn't it? Because there's a lot of convoluted piping that I can't make sense of anymore. Alright. Let's begin over here. I can put these down and then not have them in my inventory. Oh boy. Need to build this quickly too. Because my base is now hot from all that fire. This is one of the things I really dislike about upgrading things that I built a long time ago rather than just rebuilding from scratch. It's so easy to not have a perfect recollection of exactly how you set it up in the first place and thus cause terrible problems trying to get it to be upgraded. Especially when you try and build something too cramped, so you can't follow the path of where the pipes and cables and whatnot go. Yeah, color coding would also probably be useful in this instance. That's true too. Alright, so let's check this out. So that's inside my base. That is supposedly my coolant line. No, that's my coolant line. Which is meant to be just CO2, so that needs a pump to empty it. Because that is not just CO2, it is now bad stuff. So let's fix that first. So that's going to take a bit of time. Alright. Where does power come in? Stop those. Oops. Yeah, the pollutant clearing system is still operational in the base. That's all still fine. Okay, so that needs to be emptied. And then I need to set up my filtration system again, which has no filters in it. Because they presumably got destroyed. And start building up a supply of CO2 again. Alright. Okay, okay. Looks like I will need that new housing that I made. What was that pump for? Oh, right, that was to make the CO2 filter efficient. Yep. Turn you off. Oh boy. I still don't know what caused the catastrophic failure. I don't know. I don't know for sure what that tank was that was up there. Because that tank was all just general atmosphere by the time I checked out what was connected to it. So I just don't know. I think it was the CO2 line? Yeah, okay. It was the CO2. It was a CO2 storage tank. And it was meant to allow me to have more cool CO2 stored. I don't know why it exploded though. That still perplexes me. Did it get too hot and it overpressured? Maybe? You don't think the tank was the problem? It just got burnt? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm so confused. But to be fair, I'm so confused by what I have built here anyway that I don't know. Alright. So, vents need to connect up to that pipe network on the bottom, not to this bit at the top. So they can actually connect here. Now we can fix up this. So I'm just going to start... What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the vents, work through all the piping that needs to be done, and then I'll go back to the vents and work through all the electrical that needs to be done. And then hopefully, with all that done, I'll end up with an answer as to whether this is going to work. I think that's my quickest way of getting something that's functional again. So, we're at the... Liquid drains. Those are now connected. Those are all connected. Those look all fine. Yep, that looks all good. So that's all connected. That goes into there. That flows through into the counterflow, which is correct. Counterflow flows into these, which is correct. Good. Now... Then that goes... So those... That's separate, right? Yeah. That just runs over the top, runs back into the counterflow, runs through the counterflow, and I think straight out to a cow, which is correct. There's the blown pipe. Aha! Aha ha ha! I figured it out. I blew a pollutant pipe. But because the pipe is on the wall space, it ended up pushing, creating an opportunity for external atmosphere to get inside. That's our problem right there. And now it all makes sense. And I also understand why that blew, because I disconnected its ability to get drained, so that pipe overpressured. So that was all my fault. I mean, that was pretty obvious before. That was all my fault. It's always all my fault. I'm the only one here. Unless we count the robots. Do we count the robots? I have no idea if the plants are okay, but they're not my problem right now. The only way I can make them okay if they're not okay is by getting this fixed. So going to check on them doesn't feel like a good use of my time. Okay. So...
Hydration critical.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Rah. Where am I up to? Okay, the pipes are all connected on that side of things. We've got our valve. So now I need to power this up, which means I need to go back inside and get myself a transformer. Unless... Could I run all this? No, there's... No. Let's add an extra transformer. Oof. It's toasty. Transformer. Don't think I need to, but I'm making two. Yeah, a couple of the less heat tolerant plants have died. It's fine. That's fine. The base being enormous is a blessing and a curse. It is both. Having a huge base means I've got a lot of capacity to take on heat before it becomes a problem.
Tank caution.
Oh, no. I want to deal with it right now, but it is easy, at least. It means I've got lots of heat coming in, but it also means I've got a lot of capacity for storing that heat without it becoming a problem. Huh. I'm presuming this doesn't work. Yeah. Thought so. Let's go here. And we go along all the way around to the other end. So that these two networks do not combine. I don't know why I haven't color-coded my pipes this series. I don't know why that just hasn't been a thing. I think it's because I didn't set up a gigantic sorting room, so I never got really the urge to do it. And it was probably a mistake. Want to happily learn before I play more co-op with Capac, because when I play with Capac, I absolutely need to color code everything. Because then I can blame him for it. Because it will be his fault. Because I will have made it very clear what is what. I definitely did this in an inefficient pattern, but it is what it is. I should have brought the transformer up this end. And just run it straight along. Whatever. It's done now. Okay. Power provided to the vents. Now, let's get the data connected up. So, in Stationeers, you've got actual color codes for the filters that you can use, and that's how I pick my colors. If the filter is a particular color, that's the color that that thing becomes. For a long while, I resisted doing that for volatiles, because I liked volatiles to be the same color as the volatile ice. But I then played on a world for long enough where I didn't have ice, so I was broken of that habit. One second, I will be right back.
Oh, wow. Isn't the name of the stream wrong now? You know what? It is. Edit stream info. I stuffed up and now I have an exploded cooling system.
Hunger caution.
There we go. It is now accurate. Oh. That's satisfying. Oh man, sorry. Hang on. Ha. Well, that's enough cable for now. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Reminds you of the manhole cover that went to space. Yep. Yep, that was my best effort recreating that in Stationeers. So one of the things that I've mentioned before on these streams, but I definitely want to bring back, and I'm pretty sure Capac will too, is when we stream Stationeers again, we want to do what we did on Europa, which for those who didn't see that, was us basically testing what we could explode with pressure. So we would shoot cannons of ore at each other at the end of the stream, we'd do all sorts of silly stuff. And basically give ourselves the last half hour of the stream to do something stupid before reloading the next week to back before we did the stupid thing. And it was really fun. So we might well do that some weeks. Probably not all the weeks, but some weeks when we play again together. Oh, I'd cooked my lift too. Oh, all right. Now I just need to connect upstairs to downstairs, power-wise. We're almost ready for cooling. I think this is probably one of the better spots. No, I'm not connecting my data to the lights. I'm connecting the data of those vents to the power of the lights, which is all the same thing. Basically, those vents pull in a huge amount of power, so they're independently powered. Everything else is powered off one thing, but those are independent. My plan was always to integrate those two that way. Hey! Large powered vents pull 500 watts apiece. A standard cable can handle 5 kilowatts, so it can handle 10 vents. Well, really 9 because the transformer itself takes a little bit. I think. Oh wait, maybe that's probably only an issue with heavy cable and the heavy transformers. So it can hold 10 vents on it. But because I've got all this other stuff, I didn't want to run the powered vents off this same network. That seemed like a potential mistake. Okay, that's empty. Let's get rid of you. So no, Bullslayer, they do not need large cables for power. Da, 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 da. What is that doing? Oh, why? What is that? Oh, that was my jetpack refilling. Yeah. Cool. As you might imagine, haven't been having the best nights of sleep lately, so my brain's not really working as well as I would like it to. Okay, so I need to bring some CO2 filters in here, start filling up the pressurant line. I need to bring a large tank so I can put the CO2 line on that. Then I need to bring, need to bring the IC-10 side of things, but otherwise I think I'm pretty good to get this stuff restarted. Set all these to inward. Do I have another regular inline utility? I don't think I do. No, it doesn't look like it.
Hunger critical.
Okay. So that's for my jetpack stuff. Yes, I do need the jetpack refill bit now that I have the suit rack because I don't put my backpack in the suit rack. Because I like to have my backpack for jetpacking on me at all times. Do I have that saved? This will be... Pollutant compressor, yep. So I need to put the sensor, let's just... Copy on that. Do I actually use meter? Yes, I do. Oh, I need a meter. I need a pipe pressure meter thing. Just copied that so I can assign things correctly. Meter. Yeah, the CO2 filters. That's the other thing I need. Thank you. I do not have any. Let's get a couple. You check if the contamination of the CO2 line reached your jetpack fuel. I should do, yeah. No, it should be a digital pipe. Grrr. It should. You are right. Let these get finished and then I'll print that bit off because I need the digital one because I'm dope. Pipe analyzer. It's annoying that I called it a meter in the code because that's what confused me. I'm actually going to edit this. What? What? You guys saw me change out the thing, right? Did I not press confirm? Maybe I didn't. Weird. Thanks, Leather Boy. Charlie has abandoned me for the moment. But she'll get pats when she returns. She always does. Okay, so... Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? There's our pipe analyzer. Which is going to be... pole pressurant analyzer. Let's just check that nothing's contaminated in here. That is all good. Cool. So now we can turn that on. Huh? That pipe network is empty. Where does that pipe network go? Ah. Ah. Okay. 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 Hang on. So, now we have a different situation here. My CO2, I have to pull just from atmosphere. So I probably want to set this up. I'm going to need to run this on a separate script. Because it's going to pull from atmosphere, which means I need to know what the outside temperature is and only pull when it's night. So that pump just dumps into the same network that the pump can dump where it is. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Waste tank caution.
So for now, let's turn it on because we need the gas in there anyway. I lost my tank, which sucks. Let's go deal with my waste tank. Caution. Oh, man. This is, this is complicated. Alright, so let's name this valve. And what was the other bit I needed? I need the sensor, valve, and analyzer. That's it. Cool. So, on D0, we find the sensor. D1, we find the valve. And D2, we find the analyzer. And that should now be able to be turned on. Check the pressure in here. We're up to 55 kPa, so that's pretty low still, but getting somewhere. Sure. Then I wait for night. And we see how much liquid pollutant we get. And it is currently cooling down, and it is almost nighttime. Welcome back, Charlie. Thank you for making my shed freezing cold. I appreciate it. Because you don't know how to close a door. Need an auto door closing thing and opening thing, so when she scratches at the door I can be lazy. Oh, a storm! Oh, come on! I need it this night! Ugh. And sure, I may as well start these again. Now, what? I had something controlling this. Was it? It wasn't that script, was it? I hope. But I did have something controlling that pump. And I don't know where it was. Arg. One sec, just gonna close my door again. Charlie has departed. In the room. Oh, no, you're back. You know what, Charlie? Let's just stay inside. You're being a menace to
Menace. The IC in the wall was controlling, as far as I knew, just the vent. That's what I thought it was controlling. It's inside the wall. Is it still inside the wall? Ah. Ah. I think it's gone. So that's going to need to be rebuilt. I'm also kind of stuck right now. I don't really want to go jetpacking against storm winds. $153 kPa. We're getting somewhere. Can I get back inside? Maybe if I walk the long way around? Yay! Should check on my water situation. How's it looking? What temperature is it at? Oh! Look at that! 71 degrees Celsius. Over 2,000 liters of water. It's pretty good. Oh, come on. Just looking at the cable ends that seem to go nowhere. Yep. Replanting all those plants is going to be a pain. That's why I need to get this cooling up and running. Yeah, I do think there was a script running on the wall there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I've got enough seeds to replant. It won't be a problem. Maybe not replant the whole bit immediately, but yeah, I should have enough. Should. Yeah, 51 degrees Celsius is not good, and that storm was really inconvenient because that came at a time where I really needed the night and didn't get it. Oh, there is zero risk of me running out of O2. The O2 overflow goes to oxygen, so water generation. There's still 6 megapascals stored in this tank, so it's fine. Speaking of tank. Yeah, I could go out to the trader and see if there is any cooling stuff available. That's probably a good idea.
See if any of the ones I brought down have got anything I can cool down the room a bit with. We'll do that. Let's get 2 of them made. What are you selling? Nothing of use whatsoever. There you go, fly off in the storm. It's perfectly safe. Trust me. Oh, the frame drops. That was horrific. I need to put some more stuff in to sell to him. Let's buy 4 of those. 3 of those.
Hydration critical.
Portable air conditioner will have so little impact on how much gas I have in my base that, yeah, no. that's not going to do anything useful. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, my base is way too big. Which you'd think the same could apply to these bottles, except these bottles take no time to actually do something with, which is why I figure they're potentially worth doing. Also, they're funny. Also, I think one of these bottles does more than a portable air conditioner would. Huh. Carbon dioxide ice. Got so cold I got ice precipitating. Probably shouldn't do that right next to the plants. They won't like it. Plus, it makes my junk room look so much more impressive having all those canisters in there. Well, that has substantially cooled this base for the moment. Look at that. Also, what key did I press to get my FPS up? Nope, not that. Anyone know what key I pressed to do that? Alt something. I don't know what I've done. I don't know how to get rid of that. Alt-R, thank you. Alright, cool. Plants are fine now for a while because we're down to 42 degrees Celsius. That did a lot. That's an awful lot. I think I did all 7 bottles. I think I did the lot. All right, I was getting the tanks. Yeah, let's do the tanks. Wait, I still got connection idle in the top right, top left. How did I get that up? Oh, that's apparently just gonna stay for now. Yeah, I can replant the dead ferns once I've got the tank ready to go. Seems like not a bad time to do it. Although I would rather get the cooling system working before I plant more stuff. So I might actually wait. Because what I don't want to do is use up the seeds now and have more plants die. F4 for connection idle. Thank you. No, dead plants don't give off any bad stuff. What pressure have I got this at now? 520 kPa. That's slowly starting to accumulate, but it is still slow. That's sitting on top of a window, so let's not do that. How long until nightfall? Come on. Why a giant tank this time? Because if this cooling system works, then I'll have a lot more time before it becomes a problem again. If I can get that much CO2 that this pressurizes to a decent pressure. Just means I'm storing more. Probably wasn't necessary, but I did it anyway. Alright. Do I vent this space now? Or is it still more convenient to not? Okay, so that needs to change. That input pipe is too low volume. Okay, cool. We can fix that. The filter is so slow because it's got no gas to work with. I sworn I had more than one of these. There we go. That'll do it. Yeah, I should probably get my grey paint. That's a good point. Let's go get my grey paint. So I can paint the CO2 lines. No, I'm not putting an active vent on there. No. No, 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 no. No. I know it's technically safe, but yeah, no. Just having enough volume that the filter doesn't empty it will be fine. Probably help if I turn this on too. Oops. Ended the roof. This should help. Wait, no, is that right? That doesn't seem right. That's not right. That shouldn't be grey. No, I painted the wrong line. Oh well.
Hunger critical.
Okay. So if I remove these, pop in these, filter should be more efficient. Let's check. Still getting it down to 8 kPa. So let's pop the cow another bit taller. Oh, it's probably the cow that's the problem as well. I should have a passive vent on this instead of a cow. Because the cow's probably slowing it down. I mean, that has increased the pressure inside by almost 50%. So, it helped anyway. Trying to figure out why that just dumped. Because it's not cool enough outside yet. Or is it? Maybe it is. Why is... What is gassy? What is going on? Where is that gas coming from? There's no pressure in this pipe. Oh, now it's going up. Now the vents are on. Okay. There was pressure in the pipe. Which means there should be liquid in this. But there isn't. Okay, now there is. CO2 line should start dropping, and has, because it was like 300 degrees before. Using broken pipe to improve efficiency? Yeah, maybe. Oh. Definitely not getting the massive flow in of liquid pollutant that I get on the other line. But then again, I do have only 3 vents compared to like the 10 that I have operating on the other side. Or 13, I think it is. Oh, we're still getting more pollutant. Like, I reckon this is a lot more pollutant than I got before. Shower icon, long time no see, yeah. Well, the CO2 in the pipe is now down to 83 degrees. Because there's not much of it. So the air conditioner efficiency should be quite high. Yep. Need this filter to pull through more. Ah. Oh, what? Only 300 kilopascals? It's disappointing. This is a very slow way to do this. Ow. Ow. Pinned against the wall. Okay, I might not be able to do anything here until this is done. Oh, 1 megapascal. Oh, this is not gonna work. I was hoping I could explode the pipe.
Filter low.
Yeah, those passives might be beneficial to move further away. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, what pressure has that gotten me to? 2.6. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Alright. Okay. Let's see now. Let's get a passive vent on the top. Use one of the exhaust vents? Oh yeah, I could have just done that. Would have been smart. That would have been real smart. I don't want a passive vent, use a herd of cows. I was tempted to use a herd of cows. I was tempted.
Health low.
Yeah, I know. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I need a shower. Alright, what pressure is this at now? 25 compared to the 38. It's better, but not fixed. Gonna have to be good enough, though. Okay, that shouldn't be running during the day. I need to wait around here and see if those vents don't... I want to make sure those vents don't turn on, because that should not turn on during the day. What's my CO2 at? CO2, what little there is of it, is at 35 degrees Celsius. I think it's going alright. Come on, vents, don't turn on. Please! Think we're okay? Maybe? Question mark? I'm disappointed I couldn't break that pipe more easily. That was disappointing. Okay, I think it's good. Oh, twipped. Arriving at this point, I exploded a substantial amount of my base. Well, I exploded my base's cooling. I'm fixing it. Slowly. Very slowly. It is fun to think of, of your base inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, because that is effectively what it's doing.
Hydration critical.
I couldn't think of an efficient way to have it flow through, so I just went with inhale, exhale. Yep, something blew up. Yeah, it blew up so badly that I changed the title of my stream. I was meant to be doing trader things. But instead, I'm doing cooler things. Cooling things. And I'm not taking off my suit until things get a bit cooler in here. Oh, my poor plants. I've lost so many of them. So we're 48.8 around the plants. Jeez, that's hot. That's proper hot. Okay, I have been buying oxy ice, I've been buying liquid nitrogen, liquid oxygen, to the point now that I think I've got a decent amount of nitrogen in the air. 3.45%. So, yeah. Alright. I can go sell some more ores.
Temperature high.
Oh. Okay, it's extra toasty in here. Extra toasty. You're doing something right if your cooling system exploded. Because that means that it cooled stuff. I think my cooling system was going wrong because it exploded and heated things up. Well, at least my modifications to my cooling system went wrong. dear. Oh, yes, that did go in. Sell off some more of these. See if I can get another trader if I need to. Maybe this time release the cold gases around this end of the base. Something I'm probably going to need to do soon is expand the network of pipes so that I have passive vents throughout the base, not just in a couple of rooms, which is what I have right now. That'll do. I'm sick of funneling those back and forth at the moment. It was cool to watch. It was. I will acknowledge that. Now that's the pipe, yeah? Okay. How hot does it get down here? Like, remember, this is pressurized space even down here. I have a lot of pressurized base. So if I can run that pipe up and over and bring it around, I can add in some more passive vents around there. So I'm going to need more pipes. Let's make a bunch of it. Need to smelt some silicon. Yeah, I could do some stuff on the living space, but I'm just worried. I'm worried that I haven't actually fixed the cooling and there's something wrong with it. Wonder how hot it is up in the control tower. There is a missing IC, yes, for refilling the CO2 in the base, so I'm going to need to fix that as well. But that I thought I'd fix once I've repressurized the cooling room so that I can work on both sides of that wall. So I thought that might make my life a bit easier at that point. No, this wasn't ignoring whaling pipes at all. That wasn't the problem at all. It was not knowing which pipes were whaling in my cooling room. Because my cooling room didn't have whaling pipes. Until I started fiddling with things. No, not most plants are toast. Most of the plants are actually okay. Some plants are toast. Like, if you have a look, it's quite clear. It is not most of the plants. I reckon it's probably maybe 30%, if that. The majority are fine. Okay. Pollutant still being filtered out. Where are we at with that? 0.037%. And... Alright. Thinking.
Temperature high.
Nope. We're back up to 50 degrees. Alright. Traders! What do we have? Interstellar ingots, galactic... okay, pad 0, pad 1 is empty. Stellar streams, that's liquids. 83 is too much. Go away, fly. The fly that keeps landing on my hands on my keyboard. It's really annoying. Come on. 79. We're getting better. Nope, that's getting worse. Yeah, there we go. Can interrogate. It's all good. No, oops, I do not need a large array. This is fine. This is literally the first one I've had to chase today. It is not a big deal. I will need one eventually, but I don't need it now. What kit are those dials from? Logic switch. Oh, there it is. I love how close it lands to the tower. Alright, let's see if we can get some cooling running. Or some coolant, sorry. Because the base is still getting hotter. I think it's equalizing, but it feels like it's getting hotter. Liquid nitrogen canister 4. Buy. Liquid oxygen canister 1. Buy. Didn't get as many that time, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I'll go check on my cooling as soon as I've done this. Come on. Come on. I should have sold this before I came back in. And this is why I hate vending machines. That was all, actually. At least we have evidence of how many times I've done this in the cupboard. No, I don't want to take it to the production area. I realized it's much better for me to do it here, because this is where the things that need the cooling are. So this helps me keep the plants alive by keeping this space cooler, and that's more important.
Oxygen low.
That's it. Bought me a little more time. Ah, go away, fly. Need some fly spray. Oh, 200 liters of pollutant. What's our CO2 at? 74 degrees. It's down. It's up at 77 kPa now, which is good. It's starting to get up to a somewhat decent pressure. Yeah, the temperature in this line is fluctuating so much, it makes me think I need more capacity on it. That's a new sound. Why is that? Wow. I got launched. Holy cow. The cooling's definitely working. Oh, come on. What the? No, something in there has popped. Or did the room just get higher pressure? Because the vents are there. Oh, the room just got high pressure. And then it takes a while to equalize. Okay. Let's try and move these passive vents further away. Can at least move them onto a cube a little bit further away. There we go. That'll hopefully stop the room from filling up quite so much. The controls for the game are, I will say, unique rather than clunky, because I've gotten used to them. Those vents shouldn't be on. They should have turned off by now. I think that's my problem. I've got to look at that code. There's something wrong with this code. Those vents should have turned off already. They haven't. Alright, let's have a look at that code. That code's not good. I think I simplified it for the one that I'm actually using. I think the one that I've got is trying to reach a certain pressure, and then it tries to reach a different pressure, and then it... Whereas the one that I'm actually running just does 10 seconds. Yeah. No, the sleep 10. I need to cut in here somewhere, or maybe the pressure I'm going to is too high for that many vents. So it's more noticeable on this one because I've got so much volume. Thanks, Camo. Thank you for 40 months. Yeah, I have blown something up this morning. I have indeed. How can I intervene on this? So that runs back to cycle. So let's go load out temp sensor temperature. Branch greater than. If A is greater than B. If so, for 40. No, if out temp 440 jump to empty. That should work, right? Brush greater than. So if the outside temperature is greater than 440 Kelvin, we jump to empty and it switches the vents off. Cool. All right, let's go upgrade that. Yeah, it did have a pretty good clip. There's like a clips leaderboard thing on Twitch now, which I thought could be some fun. Because I've been trying to be a better modern content creator and actually using clips to make shorts, but I've not been as consistent as I should have been. Yep, export. Pop this in. Yeah, so there we go. Silent Phoenix has got the... Yeah, the clips leaderboard thing's weird. So it's to try and... I think it's to try and encourage people to make clips of stuff. Because if you make clips that get the most views, you get on a clips leaderboard for that particular channel. Which I guess is harmless fun. I don't mind when Twitch does harmless fun. Our CO2 is at 113 degrees. I think these are still... Yeah, the pressure efficiency isn't great. That's part of my problem. I've just been leaving this running. I think part of my issue is I should not have attached that large tank. I should have let the pressure get much higher before I attached it. So this is going to take a long time to pressurize. So I am going to have to do what I didn't want to do, and I'm going to have to pre-pressure this thing. So let's do that. With a pump. I can't buy any CO2 in a way that would take less effort than this. I think is how I will put it. Trying to set myself up so that I could take in that CO2 will be a whole lot of work. Isn't an active vent safer? Yes. Also, it might actually work? What? Has anyone ever seen this before? Is the filter just that quick? That the pump's too slow? I think the pump's too slow. Huh. Well, that doesn't work anyway. Yep, has to be an active vent. And we'll go get one. Well, it needs to be faster than the vent, faster than the filter up to a point, so that it pressurizes up to a point, but an active vent is safe, so I'll use one. Oh, I could probably stop doing that. Because active vents already have a built-in pressure limit. No, that's not a data-only wire. That is a power wire. It's just data only to the big power-hungry vents. Not data only. It's all good. Alright, that's
Hydration critical.
annoying when I have to just do the thing that you guys told me to do earlier and can't think of an alternative that I wanted to do. Sad. If I look at the big tank, maybe I can see the number of moles going up there. It's a low pressure system, but there is actually a decent amount of CO2 in it. Liquid drain on that. Oh yeah. Yeah. I do probably need a liquid drain on that. That is a good point. I did not want to jump through the roof. That. The pressure won't go up at night, actually. The pressure is higher during the day on Vulcan. Because it's hot. So the pressure during the day is almost 50 kPa. Pressure at night's like 28. Alright, that is done. Cooling should be working, but I have no idea if it's actually doing enough for me to end up with the base cooling down. I don't know if these two air conditioners are doing enough work. They should start doing more work once I turn off the CO2 filter and stop pumping in hot CO2 that has to get cooled down every single night. I could filter off this system, potentially. Yes. Are there any problems with that? There probably aren't, actually. That's actually a fair point. Maybe I'll just do that. I think I thought there was something earlier, so I'm just worried that I'm missing something, but I don't know that there are any issues with it. Can anyone think of any issues with that? Does simplify the setup, which is nice. So I just have to run that pipe over to that bottom bit. So it means I can get rid of that active vent. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. I'll fix it. Another whole stream fixing cooling. At least I exploded something. Okay. Done. That's fixed. So that'll just pull off from there. During the day, this stays open, so it'll never run it completely dry. We're up to 239 kPa. That's a lot better. Now I have a vent to clear the AC room. That's a good point. Let's do it. Cannot continue construction of structure while it is damaged. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Now I wait. I didn't think this room would take all that long to clear out, so I figured I could just stand in here and wait it out, maybe? Yeah. Alright, we'll take a quick bio break. I'll be back in a moment.
Waste tank caution.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about my suit waste tank. Fortunately, there's not much heat in here, so my waste tank doesn't fill very quickly. But also, fortunately, the room is almost empty. In fact, the room is empty. Instantly start getting sounds. Okay. that away. Then I need to go get an... I don't know what I did with the door. Because I had a door here, and I presume I just threw it on the ground, but I don't know what's actually happened to it. So I'll have to go get a new one. What happened to my voice? I got sick. I am sick. That is what happened to my voice. Over by the airlock. I don't see a door there. Is that a door? Ah, there's the door. Well spotted. There we go. And it's like nothing ever happened, and I just safely did my upgrade. That's what we tell everyone, right? So I stuffed up and have an exploded air vent system on my body. No, I think I've stuffed up and I've put a liquid drain in my nose, unfortunately. So where are we at? 324 kPa. I really would like that to get up to at least a megapascal. And room temp here is 45 degrees. Here is 45 degrees. And out here is 46 and a half. Okay. Oh, the bad sounds are because these liquid pipes don't like the pressures that pollutant runs at. So they'll make noise from time to time. It's just what it is. I could make this system more efficient by turning them off. But at least by turning off these safety valves, but they keep it quiet most of the time, so I leave them on. .75, 23 kilojoules, 23 kilojoules-ish. CO2 is running at 80 degrees Celsius. I think the base is cooling. I think we are back on track. Finally. I think this pump might be too slow. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I don't think I can use this pump to pump back into this network. Because if I do that, the pump is pushing uphill a lot of the time, which means the efficiency of this filter is actually dropping from what I've done. Ah! So annoying. I'm gonna have to lose this pipe meter. Alright, we'll go outside and fix that. I think I'm just gonna put it on... I'm just gonna put the waste from that filter on a vent and be done with it. I could put a bigger pump, I could put more pumps, but the pumps are just going to be inefficient because they're pumping from such low pressure to such high pressure during the night when I want the filter to be working at its best. And then they'll be working most efficiently during the day when I want the filter to be at its worst. So yeah, it's not a good way to do it. So that's the pump. I need to disconnect it down there, and I need to put a passive vent there. So now we should have that dropping, which it is. So that means the filter's efficiency should improve considerably. Wait, why is that so low now? That shouldn't be at 1 Pascal. How is that at 1 Pascal? How does that even work? How is this at 1 kPa? What? It's got a passive vent on it. Where is the... What?
Waste tank critical.
Filters...
Temperature high.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I forgot to fix my waste tank.
Hunger
This could be bad.
critical.
This could be bad.
Temperature critical.
This could be really bad.
Oxygen low. Oxygen critical. Temperature high.
Oopsie. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Yeah, the filter is draining it out, and it can't backflow through the valve quickly enough, so the filter doesn't work during the day at all. Perfect. I've effectively made it so that the filter only works at night. Yay! So that means the CO2 that it's going to pull in will only ever be cooler. That's good, that's what I wanted. It is wasting a massive amount of power during the day, though. Whatever. That's okay.
Jetpack critical.
Alright. How's the base looking? Gonna need something to up the CO2 that's coming in soon. I'm going to need... No, I'm not short on power. That's a fair point. Ah, boy. Alright. So, can I ignore this for a while now? Am I okay? I should probably fix the situation where I'm not getting CO2 in the base getting topped up. I should fix that. Because that's the sort of problem that'll creep up on me.
Hydration critical.
So... I'm thinking, can I... just use this guy's thing? I probably can. Because what information do I need? The information I need is what is the current CO2 makeup in the base, which this analyzer gives me. And if it's below the necessary partial pressure, then turn this pump on. Yeah. So I should be able to do it all from that. Let's do this. Put the suit away. Get some food. Yeah, there probably isn't a need for the analyzer, that's true. Geez, the yellow planters make this look more dry than it actually is. One sec. Yeah, probably don't need to use the analyzer, it's true. I think my script that I've already written is set up to use that though, so I might just use it to make my life easier. Edit. Library. Sterling gases fine today, Samp. O2 level set. CO2 filler pressure limit. What was that? Alias pump, alias filter. Oh, that's the automation of the filter. Okay, so we need to make that. Because I think that got cooked in the thing, so I need to make that one. So let's make 2 of these guys. Yep, so that's just to go into my filter unit, so it turns itself off once the pressure on the output reaches 20 megapascals. So that I'll get... I know that that thing will then turn itself off at a safe point. Yeah. I should make an extra pill to as a backup, yes. Let's put this in first. So that's now working, I think. So that'll shut off once I've got 20 megapascals of CO2, which is not going to happen for a very, very, very long time, but at least it's set up to do it. Yeah, it's all DB. Cool. I don't know what you're talking about. There is nothing abnormal about 43 degrees and still wearing your full clothing. I mean, you'll still complain about it. But if you weren't complaining about the weather, what would you be complaining about? So that's that script. Solar tracker. Greenhouse gas balance. I have a feeling that might be for my old base. Oh yeah, that's the old base. Okay. So I think it might be this one. But I redo it to suit CO2. Yes, it is this one. Okay. So. No, this is different. Nuts. This is all filter. Oh. Huh. Wait, was the other one set up with a... I need to put the pump on D0. Cool. I'll fix that. Oh, it's already set to it anyway. So it's all good. That was literally the script written for that exact one. Okay, so I have to write a new script here. That's fine. So the new script needs to detect what the CO2 level is, create a CO2 partial pressure out of that, and turn the pump on when it is not set correctly. So pump D0, and then I want... So I can probably use this as my basis. Air conditioner. So I want pressure on the input. Pressure input. Then I want CO2 on the input. Then I will create CO2 partial pressure. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of those. Alright. So. We load into press in dB logic type pressure input. Load into CO2 in dB ratio carbon dioxide input. And then I need to multiply those by each other. So multiply. Register equals A times B, yeah. So CO2 partial pressure equals CO2 in times press in. Yep. That gives me my CO2 partial pressure. Then I have set less than. Yep. Not 0. So if A is less than B, if CO2 partial pressure is less than... What was I trying to make that? I think I was trying to make it 50. So right now... It's... if I go 50 of CO2, 30 of O2, and then the rest is nitrogen. I think that's what I did. I think I did 50, 30, 20. I'll go 50. So if the CO2 partial pressure is less than 50 kPa, that will set R0 to 1, and then we can set pump on R0. Yield, and jump to start. So 50 kPa. This is 50 kPa. So what I've done here is I've taken the pressure, the total pressure of the input, which is the pressure in my base, and the CO2 percentage of that. Multiplying them together gives me the CO2 partial pressure, which is the amount of kilopascals of my base's pressure that is contributed to by CO2. So then I can compare that to 50, which is what I want, and then turn the pump on to get more than that, turn it off to get less. Turn it off and let the plants consume it. So it only turns on when it's needed. Now, there are some problems with this. And I think what I want to do is actually not a yield, but rather a sleep. 5. Because what was happening was when I was needing CO2, it was flicking on and off because it would keep filling the same thing that I'm checking, and it would take too long for the CO2 to accumulate because the pump never got to stay on long enough to actually put a decent amount of CO2 in. So that's gonna work better, I think. Library, create new. CO2, partial pressure, maintenance. Okay, export. Yeah, it'll now run for 5 seconds when it runs, which means it'll get enough time to run. Which is fine. What's this pump called? Base air pump CO2. And as expected, it needs to be on at the moment, because my CO2 has been dwindling. Ah, the joys of creaking pipes. 400 liters of pollutant. I never had anywhere near that much pollutant in my old setup. So what did I just cycle through and turn on? I have no idea. Back pressure regulator, air conditioner, active vent. Yeah, nothing too devastating. Everything, things that were already on, as it turns out. Now the base is going to get hotter for a bit because as I'm pumping CO2 into my base. So I'm going to slow down my cooling, but that brings this back up to fully functional again, I think. These drains were already on. I already had them on. Oh, this is on. Thank you. That's bad. Let's get rid of that, so that can't happen again. There probably is a fire on my roof, yeah. Or was. Wait, was that even connected to anything? Well, that just dropped my base pressure considerably. That's annoying. Now the base is going to get even hotter. Oh well. I think I'm now back to everything being as it was before I exploded this section of the base. I've got the CO2 being managed properly, so it'll turn this filter off once I reach the desired pressure, which is going to take about 3 millennia. I have my jetpack tank storage ready to fill my bottles when I want one. I have my CO2 being maintained off my coolant line, and I have my pollutant running at considerable rates. What's this pump do? Don't remember what this pump... Oh, that pump is from the... Yeah. So yeah, I think we're good. I think this isn't needed. I don't think that overpressure valve is actually needed. I can't remember why I thought to put it in at the time. I think I might have had a pump or something up there. I don't remember. But it's not needed anymore. Put it in because the tank blew up. Oh, that's right. It was needed when this was outside. It was needed when this was outside, but once I moved it inside and it was in a safely controlled environment, it was fine. That's right. That's it. I may have lost a few more plants. This is going to take a while. Oh boy. Good thing is, I can just harvest these ones, replant the ferns, and it's really going to fill up very quickly. Not going to take me too long to get this back up and running properly, thankfully. Oh yeah, and this is also where you find out that I was lazy with the painting. I only painted the outside ones because you couldn't see the others. Whoops, just gave away a secret there. That's fine. Yeah, I should have more heat-resistant plants now. As I'll be replanting a lot of the same ones that survived. Okay. That one's all redone. I will do a lot of this off-stream. I'm just going to plant that last one. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of water. Even in here, like, I've got enough water to make a nice-sized pool, which is cool, I think. Missed one in the corner? Yeah, there's one there. Ah, dear. It's 41 degrees. It is getting cooler. The temperature is dropping. It is definitely getting cooler in here. It's a very large volume of gas. It's going to take a long time for the temperature in here to get back to good levels. Satisfying to know that that is fixed now. What was I doing before that? I think I need to print off like 10,000 steel frames. For the airport. It's cooler than when you started the stream. So, progress? Yeah. Yeah. Progress. Oh dear. It's just, oh my gosh. How do I keep doing these things to myself? You would think by now there would not be more mistakes that I haven't made that I can stuff up and surprise myself with. But that's not true, because I keep making systems so complex that I can't figure them out when I go back to them. Alright, so how much steel do I have in that thing? Because I'm gonna need to pave a lot of this area. So I need to print off heaps of steel frames. Yeah, so let's go make a bunch more steel. Silent Phoenix, I have no idea what you mean by a sensor lockdown script. Oh, you mean like putting actual airlocks in? Nah. Nah, I don't want to do that. At least not today. Not today. Yeah, I've figured out what you meant, Scienvex. You meant the thing set up in such a way that if I have bad gas on either side of a door, or wrong conditions of some type, it closes the door. I think I'm gonna need a script like that, playing with other people, because the risk of failures that you don't know where things have gone wrong is much higher when there are other people involved. Admittedly, there's still a risk with yourself because you forget what you built. But yeah. Definitely will need something like that in the future. And I was thinking about it, I probably don't even need to have a manual airlock to make something like that work. I could probably make it work even with just brain. Even with just a manual airlock that gets both doors shut. So then you have to go through a manual airlock and you're like, oh, something's gone wrong if I am at a manual airlock right now. But I'm so curious how this will play out. Having not played this with Capac in so long. So curious how it'll be. I'm so looking forward to it. That's why I keep talking about it, because I'm really, really excited for it. And I think it'll be a really fun experience. I might as well make another batch. Am I building up my troll ideas for Capac too? I haven't been. I don't even know. I think a lot of my trolling of Capac is opportunistic. Well, Capac and I are going to play on an easier world. Because I want him to feel like he can do stuff too. Playing on Vulcan, I think Capac will feel too much out of his depth and he'll just become a recluse or become deliberately destructive in ways that him communicating to me that he's not having fun. I doubt the terraforming mod will be coming back. I just don't think it's ever coming back because the devs have said that they are trying to do a terraforming DLC. So there's less impetus on the modders to be fixing something that the devs might make anyway. So yeah, unless we get the suggestion that it's going to be ages until the devs version of it comes out, I suspect we won't see one. That's my feeling. Just from reading some of the comments from... Like, part of that is from reading comments from Elmotrix in the Discord that I've suggested that they don't really have much interest in working on it. So yeah. But I think the new terrain will add enough interest to this compared to what we have now to make it worthwhile playing it. It'll be different enough because instead of this being my view and none of these landmarks actually meaning anything because I don't need to travel anywhere, I'll be able to make a view from the base where you can see landmarks. You can tell where those things be like, oh, that's the hill with the deep miners that produce the nickel. Oh, that's the hill with the deep miners that, like, they can mean something. And I think that matters. Like, I genuinely believe that that sense of place will make the game better. Because they do seem to be bringing back the rovers, and that means that they must be going ahead with the plan to fix things. To make it so that you need to travel. Well, the pressure's still going up in that. I think it dropped a little bit to try and fill this. That's going pretty well. I did not achieve much today, but I did upgrade my cooling system. I hadn't planned to destroy half my base in the process, but, you know, things happen. Next week, I will hopefully have had some time to do a few of the little things around here, like replanting all of these ferns that are dead, laying out plans for the runway, and doing a few of those little jobs so that we can get some real progress, because having a week like this where it's 3 steps forward, 2.5 steps back, I don't want too many of those. I would like to have some progress next week. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do a few bits of pieces off stream if I get some time during the week. Otherwise, I will be back on Sunday early in my morning to play some more Space Engineers with Shaq, and we are going to take our ships, once I repair mine, up against some big, nasty boss fights from MES, which I think is going to be great fun. And then Monday, back with some more Out of Ore with Capac, and some little twists to the crew that are helping us out to hopefully make it a bit more fun that Capac came up with. So there's all that, and plenty more to come, and I will see you then.